If you take a look around my room, my wardrobe, or honestly just my general existence right now, it's an unapologetic sea of pink. Almost everything I own is pink. I will go out of my way to buy the pink version of a completely mundane household item just because I can. But it wasn't always like this. In fact, for a long time, I actively, aggressively avoided it. Growing up, I wasn't exactly fluent in what you would call girly. I didn't naturally gravitate towards the ultra feminine aesthetic, and then there was the moment someone, specifically my cousin, pointed out that pink was a stereotypical girl color. As a kid trying to figure out their identity, hearing the word stereotypical felt like a trap. I panicked. I immediately banned the color pink from my life. I convinced myself that liking it meant I was unoriginal. I was absolutely not about to be a walking cliche, so I rejected the whole aesthetic. But here is the contradiction. It's not that I hated Barbie, actually, I picked for the dolls every single birthday. It was the one thing I consistently wanted. But when I got them, I didn't just sit there and gently brush their hair or have them sip imaginary tea. I had discovered the internet, and specifically, I was obsessed with those professional YouTube doll customizers. You know the ones, the artists who wipe the faces with acetone, carefully reroute the hair strand by strand, and paint these stunning, hyper-realistic masterpieces? I wanted to be one of those artists. I was convinced I had the vision. What I actually had was a pair of dull scissors, some crusty superglue, and zero patience. Instead of a masterpiece, I operated like a deranged plastic surgeon. I created these botched, superglue covered, unevenly chopped plastic monsters. My dolls looked less like fashion icons and more like they had barely survived a natural disaster. But I was a hands on creator. I was engaged, I just wasn't very good at it. Then there was the cinematic universe. The Barbie movies were a massive part of the lore for me. I spent an incredibly embarrassing amount of time trying to balance heavy textbooks on my head, walking up and down the hallway in my house. I was absolutely convinced that unlocking some perfect, elegant, untouchable princess posture was the ultimate secret to life. If I could just walk without dropping a dictionary on my foot, I would be unstoppable. But the funny thing about watching those movies, really watching them, is that the rigid, perfect, pristine stuff was never the actual point of the story. Sure, they had the dresses and the crowns, but the protagonists were usually a bit messy or clumsy, actively busy trying to solve a mystery, save a kingdom, or rescue their friends. That was the actual turning point for me. The realization slowly hit me. You can actually do things. You can do capable, difficult, adventurous things while still being entirely girly. The two concepts aren't mutually exclusive. The movies showed me that you don't have to choose between being competent and being feminine. You can still be the princess no matter what you are doing. Now, I don't want to make it sound like this was a perfect seamless journey of self-discovery. Barbie as a concept comes with a lot of heavy cultural baggage, and I definitely carried some of it. For a very long time, I legitimately wished I had blonde hair and blue eyes. I absorbed the message that those specific features for the default setting were perfect. It felt like if you didn't look like that, you were automatically cast as a side character in your own life. It really messes with your head when the ultimate symbol of beauty looks absolutely nothing like you. But then, the most interesting thing happened. Even Barbie herself outgrew that stereotype. The brand eventually put that old blueprint aside and started introducing entirely different kinds of Barbies. Suddenly, there were dolls with different skin tones, different hair textures, different body types. They practically announced that the old default setting was cancelled. Seeing the ultimate symbol of perfection officially change the rules made it easier to change my own. I had to look in the mirror one day and just decide that fighting my own genetics was exhausting and completely pointless. I looked at what I naturally had and I realized it was fine. More than fine, it was me. I didn't need to fit a specific physical mold to have value. So today I buy the pink thing every single time. I genuinely like girly stuff, and the biggest shift in my personality is that I'm finally not ashamed of showing it. Barbie didn't just teach me how to accessorize, and she definitely didn't teach me how to customize dolls. But she did teach me that femininity doesn't have to be a stereotype. Femininity isn't a prepackaged set of rules, it's whatever you decide you make it.